This is the Connoisseurs of Pop Culture podcast with Henkka and Ville.
Okay, and welcome to the podcast once again. I'm Ville, and my co-host is Henkka. Say something.
Yo, bitches, what?
And actually, this time I sort of expected that. So,
Yes.
hello, bitch.
Okay.
Did you expect that? Then?
That I didn't expect, but I'm taking it.
Okay.
So yeah, this is like the meta episode of the podcast.
Yes, sort of short one. Just sort of. We are now 2 episodes in.
Yes. And the second episode
doing sort of great. We have like 2 or 3 people that actually have listened part of the episodes.
Yes.
So it's brilliant.
And this is basically, I think this.
So that's like 4 times more than we expected.
That's true. Also, this sort of like meta podcast idea came from Ville because he was talking that we should probably record things we say immediately after we record the podcast because we're
funnier people.
It was much funnier, interesting stuff there, but of course now it can't be interesting because we are now recording it.
Yeah, we're phony and repeating things that we actually said. Although I was generally surprising you with my reply this time.
That's true. That I did not expect that at all.
I think this is going to be an ongoing thing that we'll try to somehow confuse each other with the introduction. And hopefully not say anything too stupid or hurtful. Because we're not really
it's actually
hurtful or I don't know. Well, we might be stupid people, but we.
No. The more hurtful it is, the better it is.
Well, some like pain, some don't.
No pain, no gain, man.
Oh.
Okay.
I haven't seen that Michael Payne movie. Pain. Michael Payne, not Pain.
So, for some, he is Michael Payne.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Payne.
so.
It's my cave. I'm coming for you, Bruce Payne.
No one knew who I was before I put on this mask.
Anyway, so yeah, we were gonna talk about something that happened
Painful.
happened today. We went to a local comic book or like comics festival, or maybe it's
comics
like
convention.
comic convention. Yeah, sort of like comic convention, but it's not exactly the same type of deal that you have like maybe in the USA or
Another
the
speak,
UK.
I would say. I mean, it's sort of
It's a nice
similar, of course. I mean, but it's local, of course. So
yes, local, and there are like some maybe local or Finnish, sort of like Finnish comic book artists and writers there sometimes.
Yeah, but I mean, I would say it's sort of the same thing. I mean, it has its cosplayers, lots of them, and
yeah. I think most of the people that went there were some sort of cosplayers or cosplay fans.
Yeah, but I mean, I could compare. I mean, I've been in I've been in comic book convention in Japan, and I've been in a comic book convention in London. So I mean, sort of in a ways, but I mean, they're of course bigger and more commercial in both of the cases that I've seen. This is sort of less commercial in a way, but sort of different budget, of course.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's hard to sort of compare in that way. But yeah, I did find some interesting comics myself, and still in the when wandering around the booths and sort of hopefully I haven't read them yet. So it's well, I started with one, but
yeah. So what did you find?
So
Talk about them.
So my finds. So the first thing that I found, actually, you pointed it out, but
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
that's
the quest for the time bird, which is by, and now I'm going to butcher the name because I'm not perfect with my French. I'm not sure if I'm perfect with my English either, but we'll try.
yeah.
By Cecily Tendre
Okay.
and Richie Loisel. So it's a French comic, I think.
Yeah,
And
but it looked really cool. I
yeah,
mean,
look. I mean, I generally I have fondness towards French comics. Yeah, it's a French comic. It's by Darkwood. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I have a fondness for many French titles. I do like the sort of the art style that they're going with, and it's a shame actually that not there isn't even English translations for many of the comics that done in
yeah, that's
French.
true.
So
That's true. Yeah, there's like probably a lot of awesome comics that you never see because they never translate them even in English.
yeah, and
But
I have sort of collection of sort of friends and uh, some dots, I think, too, from the when I've been traveling to France and Belgium and those areas. So I've just picked up books that looked cool and sometimes tried to translate them a bit,
yeah,
but I sort of took them for the artwork because buying a single sort of 32-page book isn't that big of a deal, and because they're generally in France they're sort of hardcovered and sort of 32 pages and roughly 10 euros or something like that for the
yeah, yeah,
one book. So and it's not that big of an investment just to buy it for the art and sort of remind you that maybe there will be a translation for this at
yeah.
some point.
And it's gonna be like it's gonna be cheaper to fly into Belgium and buy the books there than buy them in Finland. Because everything,
But
everything like costs like 4 times. Like if you buy a
uh,
book with 10 euros in some Central Europe, you're gonna buy it like on a 40 euros in here, and it's like ridiculous.
yeah, it's sometimes
And
it's silly. Yeah.
yeah, and then they are like complaining, why do people buy stuff from Amazon UK or something else when they can get the same stuff like
Yeah, Amazon isn't really really the platform to buy anymore from
yeah,
Finland.
but
I
yeah,
think
but
Adlibris is actually for
well, that's
Adlibris sponsor our podcast.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. But like before, when Amazon UK did have like the free shipping to Finland, it was like really cool, and they had really nice deals.
Yeah, that's true. I'm
And
missing that true, but Adlibris is really
that's
replacement for that. I mean, it has most of the books, everything that's been released in Europe. It has it.
yeah,
It doesn't
yeah,
have the American releases, but
yeah, that's true, that's true. But then again, Amazon UK might not have the American releases either. So
that's true. That's true.
at least
So
I had to order like I bought the Adam Hughes, the cover run, the book about his DC comic book covers with the Catwoman and stuff like that, and I had to order it from the US, the Amazon.com because they didn't have any of those books in Amazon UK. So
right. And just to reflect how poorly we've been preparing for this podcast, now have to go and pick up the books that I actually bought, and so I can remember all the
well,
names.
well I can describe the one book that I've also bought and then the other one I bought
Okay, so
when you go. So yeah.
so I
Yeah,
go and fetch them
yeah,
now, and
you
you
can
just
go and
talk to yourself
yeah,
or what?
I'm gonna talk to myself or the audience, of course. So
right,
yeah,
right, the audience, yeah,
yeah,
you
yes,
guys there, that's
yeah.
listening,
You
right?
guys who are not listening, but anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna. So I bought also the comic book that Ville was describing there, and it's like this sort of like medieval fantasy type book which has like some Egyptian stuff and then some more generic fantasy stuff, and it looked really cool. And then I also bought the Sunstone 3, which is by Stefan Sejic. I think you can find him on DeviantArt by the name of Nebezial, and he's done some Witchblade covers, and then he has some other fantasy books in the works, and then he has the like a more like the sort of weirder part is the Sunstone, which is basically love story with BDSM stuff. So it's sort of like kinky stuff. So I bought that, of course, because why not? Anyway, back to you. Now that and I also almost bought like some Milo Manara things, but then I didn't.
Okay.
And that was that. So anyway, moving on.
Okay. So actually, what else I was I'm actually quite a big fan of both Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. So any cooperation between those two is usually good, sort of pulp fiction sort of stuff. So I've been buying this series called Fade Out. So I went with the third act of that book series. So that's just new book of that. Then I went with this is something that I've just been wanting to check out properly. Is Alan Moore's The Swamp Thing.
Did you buy that also?
Yes.
Holy crap, I didn't even know that you bought that one.
I bought it.
Huh. That's weird.
Yeah, that's just then Alan Moore does interesting stuff.
The grumpy old man who is always bitter about everything in life.
Just like you.
Well, yeah. Just like me, except that he's like 50 years older, but anyway. Other than that, we are exactly the same.
Okay.
Anyway,
So,
continue, please.
Have you found your own religion too? Didn't Alan Moore do?
Oh yeah, he might.
So what's
have.
yours? Well, it's the same one, I guess. If you were saying.
I am Alan Moore reincarnated, without the writing gifts. No, just.
Are
okay.
you a magician?
Yes.
Okay. I'll stop asking.
Yeah. Okay. So what else do you have?
Then I went with this is something totally new to me, and I don't know if I will like it or not. It was just recommended to me that it might be interesting book. It's called The Wrath Queens. I don't know. It's sort of adventure book with high fantasy. I don't know if it will be any good or not, but I'll try it.
Yeah.
And then there was something called The Ghosted, which is I don't know any of the authors, but I sort of like the premises of this being sort of a bit sort of pulp fiction, I suppose.
Yeah.
With,
wasn't there something
with
like
a criminal mastermind planning some sort of a operation to capture a ghost. So this is sort of a strange premise. I don't know if it will be any good. I've started with it. I'm uncertain at this point if it's I sort of like few of the things. I have to see where it goes. It was one of those discoveries. You actually pulled it out of the shelf and decided to go with it. I like the art style, and it could be something. We'll see.
Hopefully it will.
Yeah, and the final thing that I picked, I think, was this is local Finnish book. Just usually if there's interesting things going on at the Finnish skiing scene, I do want to always try them. This is also based just purely prosing if I like the sort of the artwork, because with the comics the artwork is sort of important to be
Yes, that's
pleasing
true.
because it's.
I mean,
Yeah, there can be great stories with not so good artwork, but sort
Yeah.
of when you're trying to pick a book, you have to go with the sort of your gut feeling from just browsing it at the
Yeah.
store or a convention. So this is something called Edeline by Petri Liuhto. I don't
Okay.
know anything about the person. I don't know anything about the.
So what's the genre? What kind of book is it
This
like?
seems to be some sort of, maybe this is some sort of pulp pirate thing.
Okay. So adventure stuff.
Adventure still. I mean, it seems bit. I'm not sure if it has some elements of steampunk to it, or it maybe seems bit like it. Just from browsing, I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess I'll see.
Yeah.
And it's black and white. I do usually like color with my books, but this was sort of it was €5 and it's pretty thick book still, so I sort of feels good deal. And I do like the artwork still, even though I do prefer color usually, but it seems sort of has nice expressions on character faces and stuff like that, so
Yeah.
it could be good.
But
We'll see.
just like a few thoughts about the story versus art. I think that in the comic books are first and foremost like a visual media, and I can buy a book that looks awesome and has a shitty story.
Mhm.
Rather, I mean, I can buy that kind of book, and I have bought a couple of books that are like they look like gorgeous, but the stories are maybe not bad, but like generic and like nothing new.
Mm.
But I won't buy, at least most of the time, I won't care about comic books that look shitty, even if they have the best story, because
It depends slightly, I would say. Sometimes looking bit city works if it's sort of maybe strip based or something humorous or something. It's sort of part of the thing to look sort of
yeah,
badly drawn or sort of done quickly or something like that. I mean,
and of course the shittiness sort of like is really objective, or no,
yeah,
subjective
yeah. That's
thing.
true.
So it's just that I kind of feel that if you have a good story to tell but you don't know how to draw, you either get someone to draw who knows what they're doing, or then you write a book. Because it's like, I just don't understand why there are so many comic books that look like they are made by someone who is in kindergarten and they're just learning to draw.
You're a bit too harsh. I think.
Well, maybe I am,
It's a
but
different, yeah. There's styles that fit me and there's styles that don't. I mean, I know that some people absolutely love sort of comic book that has almost like oil painting quality images in them, but
yeah,
for me they sometimes seem very still and not really having the right flow in them. So it's sort of it's very personal with comic book what works and what doesn't. So
yeah,
it's a difficult field. I would say. I mean, we've discussed our differences with art styles too. So it's
that's true. That's true.
interesting.
I might
And
actually take the names of the comic books and put them in the description if someone is interested in what
oh,
you.
sure.
So I can put them after the show. So yeah, you can find them there. Also.
Yeah. Especially the French one is sort of it was discovery entirely. I didn't know about this comic at all, and I don't know it's any good because I haven't read it yet.
That's true.
Only minus is that it's sort of, I think it's a collection of whole series because it's pretty thick and hardcover, so it was a bit expensive. But the artwork looked so good, so we both were sort of convinced on that.
Yes. And
So,
yeah.
So I don't know. It remains to be seen if it's good. It's sometimes there's nice art and then the story is sort of blah.
That's true. That's true.
So it remains to be seen. You almost, by the way, you didn't mention that. Weren't you sort of almost buying the lightsaber?
Oh yes, I was checking the. I wasn't actually going to buy the lightsaber because it looks like shit, but
Shit.
I was sort of like, how would I say? I was like thinking that it would be cool to have a lightsaber, and that was the only one that was available. So it was like a sort of this like a thought that was passing by few times.
I think if you want to go with the lightsaber for your sort of the lightsaber is sort of problematic in a way that it doesn't look cool hanging from your wall because you can't have the sort of.
Of course, it should be like yeah, but it should be the Force Effects lightsaber where it's actually rigid. There isn't like anything coming like out and going in like the.
Are they the replica ones? Or,
yeah, they're the actual ones that are like
yeah.
completely like they're the full lightsabers, and you have the lights and the sound effects and everything. So you can, if you could hook that up in some way that you can have the light there when you like flick the switch or something like that, that it isn't just batteries, because that would be insane. But I mean,
yeah, I guess it could work sort of as additional light source for the room or something
yeah,
like.
it could be like some sort of mood light or something, like bringing the atmosphere or something like that. But
yeah, very sexy.
Like, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, what's
What would be the most
what's
sexiest
not
saber of them all?
what's not sexy about Star Wars and lightsabers?
Exactly.
So yeah, that went to awkward
So what saber
territory.
would be your choice then? So you would go with the whose saber is the coolest?
I don't actually know. I mean, if you take the first saber that Luke has, it's the blue one.
Right.
And it's the same one that Darth Vader used to kill the kids, so I'm not sure if I want to have that one. But then the green one is also cool. But then it's like Darth Vader lightsaber, the red one is also cool. But I don't know if I want to have like a red atmospheric light in the room. So maybe it would be like the blue or the green.
What about purple? Because Samuel L. Jackson had the purple one. Do you want the purple?
No. I'm not like.
Or green one? Yeah, Yoda.
Yeah, the green.
Yoda had green one, or
yeah,
no, it was blue.
No, Yoda had green one as well as Luke had green one in the Return of the Jedi. So.
Plus, I wouldn't want anything that reminds me from the from the prequels.
Blue ones.
I don't want any lightsabers that remind me of prequels.
Okay, so yeah, that's fair point, I suppose. But I think didn't Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi both have blue lightsabers?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
And then there's no Darth Mauls, I guess, if you want to go with the prequels, then it has the double lightsaber thing.
That's true.
And Count Dooku's has the sort of saber.
Or maybe the Asai Ventress from the Clone Wars. She has pretty cool. The handle is like, I think it's similar to Count Dooku's handle.
Oh, okay,
like a curved or something like that. So I don't know how.
But they don't have curved lightsaber yet that has those curved.
That would be like scimitar.
Yeah.
Light scimitar.
Yeah.
That would be weird.
Curved.
But then again, lightsaber in itself is like completely.
Yeah, it's strange if you think too hard on it, but.
Yeah, I mean, because if they can make the light like go like 1.2 meters like this, then surely they can make it like different shapes as well.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, but that There was already a negative fan reaction on the
Kylo
the
Ren's.
latest, Kylo Ren's.
Yeah, but then everyone started to like it anyway.
That's right.
I like it. I like it because
It reflects the character, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm not so much like I don't hate or like the actual design, but I like the idea that he isn't like a full-on Jedi, so he doesn't have like a
Perfect.
professionally made lightsaber, and his lightsaber is like crackling like with when he.
So
lights
would you
it.
have that lightsaber on your wall?
Probably not, because you can't replicate the crackling effect.
Ah, right, that's true. At least without some sort of fire hazard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know what would I go with. Maybe Darth Vader. I don't know. Don't have. I mean, maybe. I mean, I sort of think that the lightsaber is sort of perfect to have on your wall. Maybe swords and stuff like that. More traditional ones is more fun.
Yeah.
More sort of look.
Well, it's like at least it's easier for those who don't understand what the lightsaber is to see a sword, an actual sword. You know.
People that don't understand what lightsaber is, there are such people.
I think
not in my house.
I think there are people like
no one else than me in this house.
I think there are people who understand what a lightsaber is like in the movie context, but when they see like a foot-long handle with like a glass or fiberglass tube that lights up, it might not actually look like a lightsaber without the light on. So they would be like, why do you have that like weird tube on your wall? So and you can't
there
have.
won't be any questions when you have sort of a replica sword on your
Well, at least
apartment wall.
Well, at least they can say that. Wait, that's a sword.
Yeah. Why do you have a sword on your?
Yeah.
Oh, well, anyway. So so that was the buying part of the convention.
Yeah. We went.
We listened some of the
presentations.
Presentations.
One was
most interesting one was probably about the.
It's a web series, like 6-minute episodes.
Yeah, but what's it based? What's it called?
It was some sort of web wizard from cyberspace or something like that in English, I think.
If you have any link to that, you might maybe.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it was about like the Finnish game industry from 1994 onwards, and it's based on a comic that has been released on the internet originally by a game developer dude who has been working in the industry since 1994. And he's
still working with the industry, or he's doing something else entirely?
I think he's working still. So basically he made the web comics or comic first. I think it was like just drawn on paper, and then later he transferred it on the web, and he's been making the comic on and off for about 20 years.
Do you like the comic yourself?
I've seen some strips or like pages, but I don't really like it or not like it. I don't have actual like either way, because
this is one of those examples in my way where they just want the artwork to be sort of very quickly done.
Yes, of course I understand that, but that's not the point why I like or not like it, because it's more about because I
context,
don't I don't have the context, and the jokes seem so very like inside jokes.
Yeah, but it sort of reflects, at least in a way, I think the IT world in general. I mean, I sort of
it might be, and I think that they
see sort of that the sort of certain truths behind it.
Sure, but I think that might actually, if they managed to pull off the TV show or the web series
Mm,
that they're making, that it might actually translate a bit better to the general audience.
it could be. We'll see. We'll see. But that was interesting. And then we went to a quiz show.
Yes, comic book quiz.
Yes. And we did
And
fairly well, I guess.
we were tied on the third place, but then we lost.
The Turku.
Yes, the other team.
It's
that
were apparently comic show owners, I was told.
probably it was funny that it was clear that we knew quite little about Finnish comic books.
Yes.
But then,
That's no surprise, I guess.
but then, especially Ville had some knowledge about European comics, and then we knew everything about American comics, and then we knew almost nothing about Japanese comics. But it was so weird because when the American comic book questions came, we were like, okay, this is this, and this is that, and this is those, and we knew everything almost instantly. But when like Finnish comic books where we're like, I have no idea what these things are, or who the like author is, or anything like that. It was
Yeah,
so-
but I mean, if the question is in Japanese
Oh, yeah.
part of the quiz is something like, what does the characters do in the Fruit Basket comic when they turn into animals or something? Like
yeah.
that.
What causes the male characters to turn into animals in the Fruits Basket manga?
And our answer was eating fruits because we had.
We have no idea what that was. So that was
And
our.
the correct answer was, I guess, some
When
seeing
they-
sexual acts or something.
No, it was like when the female, when the women or girls hug them.
Yeah.
So-
Okay.
so
That's
that was-
yeah,
that
that's
was-
like
But
okay.
that's like that sounds like
Fine.
so like manga that nothing could sound
Why not?
more. But then the other one was where they asked like these character names, like what does this Chio Azuki and this and that character, and where are they from, which manga? And I knew the manga, like what it looked like. I knew the covers because I've seen them on stores,
Okay.
but I didn't know the name. It was the Azumanga Daioh or something like that. And
And
I was explaining to you that there were like 5 women in the cover, and one of them was like different ages, and one of them is a younger girl.
Yeah, but you couldn't think of the name,
I
and
couldn't-
then you just
I
threw
just-
some name to me, and I
Yeah, and
voted
I said a different manga name. I said Love Hina because there were like many women in that, and I was like, it's not this, but let's put that there because there's nothing else we can say.
Right.
But we did
Yeah.
know, where Akira takes place, and it was Neo Tokyo.
Yes,
So that
yes.
was that point that we got, and we got the last question point, but that was pure luck, or like
Yeah. That was just a random trivia about who had visited. What place had a certain.
artist or
Yeah,
mangaka
we visited 4 years ago.
Yeah, something
5
like
years.
that, and it was like so.
It was the same building and then a different convention, so it was sort of.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
like
Yes.
it was basically the question was like the question, if it was some other artist, it could have been like some random thing, but no one would know because that would be ridiculous to know. Like, well, that person was in this city or in this country and in this, like, who knows and who gives a shit. So the only option was that it had to be somehow meaningful
Yeah, we are so
to
brilliant.
the audience.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that
yeah.
was the only like logical thing.
Exactly. Elementary, dear Watson. Elementary.
Of course. But yeah, I mean, we didn't know almost shit about Finnish comics, and
Yeah.
well,
Unfortunately, yeah.
I think you were the only one who knew.
Yeah, you knew something, but I can't remember the questions right now.
I
What
knew
did
I knew Valerian from the European thing, and you knew the hair color of the
All right, yeah, the Nemi.
and you knew the Bones characters or something.
Yeah,
And
but
then
that's American comic already.
was that American?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was. But
Jeff
we
Smith is American.
but we knew Tintin in the land
Tintin, Tantan,
in the land
Tantan.
of the Soviets.
Yeah, yeah.
And now no one is making heads or tails of what we're talking about now because we're talking about things that no one else saw. So.
Yeah, but that's interesting.
But it
And
was
now we're less interesting than we were at the beginning of this podcast.
exactly, and it's yeah. Anyway,
It's sort of mini episode anyway, isn't it?
yes, this is like this is not an actual episode of the actual. It's more like
Mini episode, bonus content for the
Yeah.
DVD.
bonus. Yeah, it's like post show or like meta show or something like that.
For the people who don't really want to listen to a 2 hour show or something.
Yes, for the people who don't actually even want to see the thing, and they're probably not gonna see this either. But anyway,
They only have to listen.
that's true. That's true.
So it's, I mean, this is sort of, you can do other things while listening to this. You can be drawing. You can be,
Other more important things.
yeah, exactly. This is sort of background noise for you.
Yes.
Sort of relaxing. I mean, if our voices are relaxing, I mean, it could be torture just to listen our voices.
Yes, that's true.
So
that's true.
so that's something that we should consider. I don't know. Maybe we just should have static noise or something that will make it sort of interesting or something good to do some other things. So
Yes. Maybe we should have like I don't know.
I've heard that most popular YouTube videos are something that when people open up stuff or something like
Unboxing. Maybe.
no, yeah, sort of unboxing, but unboxing for children apparently is very, very popular for at least some Americans, and have made millions of people just opening sort of kinder-like surprises and putting it together and stuff.
Well, that's
So maybe we should go that road to gain popularity. So.
and maybe we should have like I don't know guests sometimes. I don't know. Who knows if we
Yeah. Presuming anyone would like to be our guest.
or if anyone is actually listening. But anyway, we keep doing this even though you don't want to listen.
Yes, we keep doing this until we
the end of time.
Oh no. Let's not
But
make promises that we can't keep.
but yeah. Okay. Do we have anything else funny stuff to say about anything other than
Do we ever have anything funny to say?
yeah?
Say anything, so we could go. Yeah, okay, well, yeah, for a few minutes. Few minutes to fill this episode up and yeah. Okay.
That's true. Maybe
Yeah. Okay.
maybe this is gonna be it for now.
Yeah. Okay.
And we'll see you guys in the next full episode of the Connoisseurs of Pop Culture podcast.
Do we actually see them?
And we'll see what we have as the topic then. Who knows?
We have good topic. I mean, now is your chance to be interactive if you're listening to this. I mean, we have
that's true.
ideas. Yes.
That's
Interaction.
True. Yeah,
interaction.
That's true. Yeah, you can
all
suggest...
3 people who are listening to this. Your chance to interact what the hell we will be talking about. I mean, we have ideas. We have big ideas. We have ideas that we will be talking about Infinity Gauntlet, about Marvel.
Oh yes, and we have
and then we have the Suicide Squad, maybe.
Oh yes, that one.
Topic.
God damn it! And I was suggesting Ville that maybe we have like this sort of like debate topic about
Infinity Gauntlet, wasn't it?
Well, that was like the first like topic in the series of like, what was it called? Like, why does Infinity Gauntlet suck or why does it not suck? And then it's like basically something. It might not be Infinity Gauntlet. It might be something else, but it's basically something that
Sounds
we-
like clickbait.
like we
topic.
both feel like very different from some subject. Like maybe it's Infinity Gauntlet, maybe it's some movie or game or I don't know something.
Batman 66.
Oh my god, that's yeah.
That's brilliant.
That might be yeah okay yeah
I,
maybe
I can hear that.
yeah.
I
but,
can hear your opinion in your voice already.
By the way, it sucks ass. It's horrible. Everything about that thing is horrible and it should not exist.
You should not be that judgmental, Robin.
Robin, god damn it. God damn it. Anyway,
I'm the older man. I should be the Batman of this. So you
okay.
get to be the Robin. Sorry.
Okay, maybe you should be Commissioner Gordon then, because you're the older guy. Okay, yeah. I think we're done here. So check the official podcast and then check this shit out as well. And I am Henkka and my
I'm still me. So
partner in
goodbye.
crime is Ville. See you later, guys.
I'm innocent.